It is Tuesday, and I am bringing you some news about that terrorist attack that was supposed to happen on Halloween. And it turns out that it was an ISIS planned thing, and they were going after the LGBTQ community by going into a bar and I don't know, assuming they were going to blow it up, shoot it up, whatever. And also, there was two kids from New Jersey that were planning this with these guys from Dearborn, Michigan. They were going to go and attack a bunch of Jews in Montclair, New Jersey. They happened to be working together, but they all got caught. So we are going to talk about that. The thing with this is that this is what happens when you let just any riffraff into the United States. It doesn't even shock me. When I heard about the terrorist attack, I didn't even hear where it was, and I said it was Michigan, wasn't it? And my uncle's like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" Because I had literally saw posts on this about how Michigan has become like this Muslim run fucking state where you can't even be you there. They have their prayer call and this fucking alarm that fucking sounds through the town for the Muslims to pray and all of this shit. No, we should not be assimilating to their religious beliefs. They should be assimilating to ours. They came here. We did not go there. If you want to live like that, take your happy fucking ass back home where you belong and you live like that. Don't you fucking make American people sit and listen to your bullshit and have to deal with that loud ass cowbell go off in their goddamn country, or excuse me, country, um, state and city, whatever, and think that that's okay, that everybody should just have to sit and deal with it. It's complete and total bullshit. So I have a few things I want you to hear, and then I am going to read you some of the things that had happened and what the FBI caught, and I do have the complaint that was put against these characters that were going to do this. And another thing is that Democrats love the LGBT, but yet don't love them enough to protect them, because if you did, then you would protect our borders and not let these motherfuckers come in here, because they were planning on killing your beloved LGBT community group. And they planned on killing hundreds of Jews. But you want to say you're for the people, right? You're only for people when it benefits you. You can't say that you're with these people and then turn around and fucking, but we should do all this stuff for illegal aliens and they should. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. You either want to protect all Americans. I don't care what color you are, what nationality you are, whatever. If you're an American and you're an American citizen, that should be your priority. Not these fucking people that come here illegally or fucking come with their visas and overstay their fucking welcome and all that shit. They should be at the very bottom of the list, even if they even should be on the list at all. You don't come here legally, get the fuck out. You're letting people come into this country who fucking hate America. What kind of vetting process do we have where you're letting ISIS fucking people come into the country and become citizens? You let ISIS come in and infiltrate our country. What kind of betting do you fucking do? I mean, come on. They were obviously on a fucking watch list because the FBI caught them before they did anything. Because if they weren't on a watch list, they probably would have gotten away with killing a bunch of people. So, how are they on a watch list and allowed to be here? Makes no fucking sense. Start protecting the American people that you claim you love so much. The marginalized groups you love so much. Well, your LGBT could have been fucking slaughtered and blown up. Do they deserve that? No. But it's your fucking fault, Democrats. This is your fucking doing. 4 years. You've had the run of everything, and you have done nothing but destroy this fucking country little by little by little. And people are so fucking blinded by your bullshit. They don't see that you fucked shit up. They just want to blame Trump for everything. So the first thing I want to talk about is I'm going to do all these videos, but in some of it I am going to read some stuff. So I want you to hear this video first.
We're in Dearborn. This is the call of prayer. It goes off 5 times a day in the United States. Would you like to hear this? We're asking for you. They don't have a choice of whether they hear this or not.
Do you believe that? That is insane. That goes on 5 times a day. These people have to hear this. But if you, as a Christian, went over into their country and tried some shit like that, they would chop your fucking head right off. That shit would never fucking happen. No way, shape, or form. No way. No way. But we allow it. And their governor or whoever is over there running shit is all about the Muslims and da 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 da. No, fuck them. They hate us. They hate everything we stand for. They would love nothing more than to see all of us fucking strung up by our necks and fucking shot and killed. They would love to drag your body through the fucking street. They would love to stone you, chop your head off, and all kinds of other things. Just the fact that they wanted to kill gay people and trans people and all kinds of, they hate you. And for you stupid motherfucking liberals who sit there and, oh, they this and that, and oh, we shouldn't do this to those people, and oh, blah, blah. They fucking hate you. They don't care about you. What does 9/11 not ring a bell to you? They don't care if you live or die. You think that because you're standing on a corner with a sign saying support Muslims, they're like, look at what they're saying. That's so nice. No, they want to put a bullet in your head. They don't care about you. They don't. If they could demolish America, they fucking would. You're insane. And here another one. This poor girl.
Okay, y'all, I'm gonna try to make this into one part. But if you stay in Michigan, do not go to the Walmart in Dearborn. That is not my Walmart that I go to, but I was currently at my friend's house. I am now, so that's the Walmart that we end up going to. So me and my friend went into the Walmart, and it was these 3 guys. I don't know what they are. They look Arabic, but it was these 3 guys. So they walked past us, and then 2 of them kept walking, and the other one came in the same aisle as us. He literally just got real close, stared me in my face, and then just walked off. And then my friend was like, "What the hell is he's staring you in your face for?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's weird." So we left the aisle, and we went to the other aisle. Y'all, when we got to the other aisle, the 2 dudes that he was walking with, they walked up to us and was like, "Do y'all speak French?" Y'all, they were speaking fluent English. So we just ignored them. My friend like, "Let's get out the store because everything's just weird." So y'all, we literally got our stuff. We started walking to the car. While we were putting the stuff in the car, I was bent down in the back seat, and I heard my friend say, "Hurry up and get in the car." Y'all, I hurry up and got in the car. Man that came up and stared me in my face, followed us to the car. So Then he ended up walking past the car when he realized we was both in the car and got on the phone. My friend put the car in reverse. She has a camera. He's standing in the camera on the phone. So I'm like, Michelle, he's sitting. That's my friend named Michelle. I'm like, Michelle, he's behind us. She like, okay, I'm about to run him over. But ladies, please be so careful. We end up getting out of there safe, but some people don't. Be so careful when y'all go out with just your friends at nighttime. That happened at like 10 o'clock. It's 10:30 right now. Be very careful. It don't matter where you at. You need to be careful.
Now, isn't that some shit? That poor girl and her friend were being heckled by a fucking Muslim, or Muslims, should I say. It wasn't just one. It's their community and they have to feel unsafe. Those motherfuckers should feel unsafe. But they're making Americans who live there, who pay taxes there, they make them feel unsafe. How is that fair? And nothing's being done about it. They're just allowing this to go on. Who is representing this or this city, town, whatever? Who are you for American people or not? You should be removed from fucking office. That's what I think. Because all this riffraff is happening under your watch and you're not doing anything about it. So I'm gonna go back to playing a few more videos because I have a few more videos that I do want to show. But I want to talk about the ISIS attempted attack. I'm gonna start with the New Jersey one because that's where I live. So of course I'm gonna start with that. Now, these are two Montclair teens that were arrested for alleged terror plots and plan to become ISIS fighters. Now, from what I understand, these are actual Americans. Nobody knows how they became radicalized and, decided to become ISIS. Nobody knows yet, or I don't even think anybody cares to know at this point. The point is that they did become radicalized. And I wish I could show you a picture of it, of what they look like, but I cannot. I wouldn't even know how to do that. I should probably learn and see how I could do that. But anyway, so it says the NYPD's Intelligence Counterterrorism Bureau quietly led the investigation and arrest of two teenagers from New Jersey with the help of the FBI for an alleged terrorist plot. Now, police are looking into how the two friends from Montclair, New Jersey became radicalized. Investigators say they plan to travel abroad to become ISIS fighters. Newly filed federal documents paint a disturbing picture of what police say the teenagers have been up to over the past few months. The two 19-year-old former high school athletes are charged with participating in an ISIS-inspired terror ring. I might fuck up these names because damn, but anyway, Tomas Khan Jimenez Grizel and Milo Sedrat. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't even want to know. Are both from upper middle class families who grew up on tree lined streets of Montclair. So they were boys who had it all and never wanted for anything in life and went through no kind of hardships whatsoever and decided they were just going to kill people. Isn't that just wonderful? See, doesn't matter where you come, folks. You think that just because you come from the slums, that means, that gives you credence to do criminal acts. Well, people that don't come from the slums do the same fucking thing. It all depends on what you do with the life that's handed to you. You either get a job, go to school, have a career, whatever, become something of this world, or no matter if you're living in the slums or you have everything you could ever want, you could still turn out to be a bad fucking seed. So it doesn't matter. So I'm sick of people fucking saying, well, criminals, that happens because of poverty and blah, blah, blah. Being poor or having a rough life doesn't give you an excuse to be a fucking asshole. I'm sorry. A lot of people grow up with fucked up shit that happens to them, and they don't all want to go out and kill people. And then there are plenty of people who are spoon fed half their life and think the world fucking owes them something, and they make plans in their mother's fucking basement to go kill people for no fucking reason at all, just because they're bored and they think they can get away with it. It's bullshit. We're consistently challenged in our assumptions of who or who isn't a potential ISIS supporter. Rebecca Weiner with the NYPD Intelligence and Counterterrorism said NYPD's Intelligence Counterterrorism Bureau are looking into encrypted messaging apps to figure out how the young men became self radicalized. That's what the deputy commissioner says Jimenez was in the process of doing. There's a photo of the college freshman standing with a knife in front of an ISIS flag. The federal complaint alleges he was on his way to travel to the Middle East, ultimately Syria, for the purpose of joining ISIS and engaging in violent jihad on ISIS behalf. The other defendant was shown in pictures holding a sword and a knife. Prosecutors said he texted, I'm actually gonna go strap a bomb to my chest and go blow up the company headquarters. Another text read, line up 500 Jews and execute them in front of their wives and family. That is fucking disgusting. I'm sorry, that's fucking gross. And you know what? If we just fucking shot them right in their head, there would honestly be people that would go, oh my God, why did you kill those boys? And why did you do that? Who cares if they fucking die? Somebody should have put a bullet in their head. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say it. You can cancel me. You can, not listen to my podcast. You can fucking report my podcast. I don't give a fuck. Kill these motherfuckers. They deserve to be wiped off the face of the earth. You're telling, line up 500 Jews and execute them in front of their wives and families? That's like something Hamas would do, which they're pretty close to being the same fucking thing. Or they might even be the same thing. But this is what you people fucking wanna defend and go a genocide. You're a genocide on the Muslims and the Palestinians and all this shit. They want to kill people. They want people dead. What don't you understand about that? They need to be wiped off the face of the earth. I'm sorry. Just my opinion. Support for an incredibly lethal and incredibly endangering foreign terrorist organization that has wrecked a lot of bloodshed around the world, but importantly, in the United States. Police said the two teens were connected to the same network of people in the terrorist plot in Detroit over Halloween weekend. 3 men were arrested there after prosecutors claimed they had accumulated an arsenal of weapons and ammunition to carry out an attack. After their arrest, local police say Jimenez got worried and moved up his plans to leave the country. He was arrested in Newark Airport. Rebecca says threats like this have persisted over the past 15 years, quieting down during the pandemic, but are on the rise once again. This is what the NYPD is meant to do. We're here to we're here to keep the public safe. We work collectively to do so, and it's example of a success story of a bad thing that couldn't happen because of good collaboration and partnership. Both teenagers are facing multiple federal charges. In addition to the arrest locally, the 3 in Detroit, another person was also arrested in Seattle. So that was from New Jersey. Those were the kids from New Jersey, and they were planning an attack at the same time as the other people in, or ISIS in Dearborn, Michigan. So we're going to get into that now. Let's see. Okay. The big title on this page is how phone calls, sessions at gun ranges, and secret meetings in parks led FBI to charge suspects in alleged terrorist plot. Okay, so I'm sorry, give me 1 second. Taking a sip of coffee, and okay, now we're back. So this says a series of encrypted phone calls secretly recorded by confidential FBI source tipped off federal agents that a group was allegedly planning to carry out a terrorist attack in Michigan on behalf of ISIS, according to the criminal complaint unsealed Monday. Muhammad Ali 20 and Majed, whatever, 20 face charges of receiving and transferring and attempting and conspiring to transfer firearms and ammunition, knowing and having reasonable cause to believe that the firearms and ammunition would be used to commit a federal crime of terrorism, according to the criminal complaint. Federal officials have yet to charge a third person, a juvenile described throughout the complaint as person one in connection with the alleged plot. But the complaint details how agents dodgily surveilled the alleged co-conspirators for 2 months as they visited multiple gun ranges and held late-night meetings in local parks during what authorities allege was preparation for the possible terrorist attack. Then, based on what they believed to be reference to a possible attack on Halloween, agents swooped in and seized the weapons and take the men into custody in the pre-dawn, hours of October 1st. Here's what we know about how the investigation. FBI affidavit supporting the criminal complaint. The agency began surveilling a man described as co-conspirator 1 in 2024 as he traveled in the US and overseas. See, what bothers me is that they had this guy in their sights. So why even let it get as far as it did to where they almost carried out a terrorist attack? You FBI just happened to get lucky and stop it before it happened, but God forbid they weren't lucky. This would have happened, and you had him on a watch list and you're letting him come into the US. Why? Why are you letting people on watch lists come here? They should be banned from, I don't care if they did anything or not. Planning to do something is premeditated. Just like when you plan to murder somebody, you get charged with premeditation for the murder because you thought about it. You made sure you got the weapon. You made sure he was at the right spot at the right time. You turned your cell phone off so nobody could track you. You did all this shit in preparation to kill somebody. So if at any point in time you know this person is preparing to do some kind of terrorist shit anywhere, even if it's not here. Let's say he was going to do it overseas, but he was coming here first. If you have an inkling that this person is some kind of fucking terrorist, why would you let them come here? You should turn them away and say, no, you are on a watch list. Get the fuck out of here. You don't belong in America. We have a feeling you're gonna do stop the crime before it's even a crime, before all of it gets out of hand, before they can buy the ammunition and the bombs and all that kinds of shit. Just get them the fuck out of here. Don't let them come. Why are we so stupid that we let people who are on terrorist watch lists get on a plane and enter the fucking US? I don't understand it. In June, agents allegedly tracked the man's phone to Dearborn, Michigan, and physical surveillance led them to Ali's home there, where he stayed for 2 nights. The following month, according to the FBI, the man joined a group call from overseas with 5 others, including an FBI confidential source who recorded the meeting. Person one Muhammad, no, it's not Muhammad. I know what that looks like. I don't know what the fuck his name is. Do not appear to have been part of this call. During the call, the group allegedly discussed traveling together to Syria to join ISIS. The co-conspirator one said they were going to die there unless he told the group the emir sends you to Paris for a 2015. I don't know. A review of co-conspirators one's cell phone allegedly revealed he had person one's phone number saved in his phone under Athari and Ali's phone number saved in his phone as Bakari, if I even said that right. According to the complaint, one of the participants on the call also stated that Athari and Bakari said they were going to stay back and do the same thing as France. Knowing Athari, it's the attack probably going to be like a club or a disco, the co-conspirator once said, according to the complaint. The reference to Paris stood out to FBI counterterrorism experts. They concluded it was a thinly veiled nod to coordinate ISIS linked terrorist attacks that have folded across Paris in November of 2015. More than 130 people were killed in the attacks and scores more were wounded. After studying the call, the FBI concluded the attack could be imminent and began keeping close tabs on Ali and whatever jerk off's name is. According to the complaint, in months following the June meeting with co-conspirator one, Ali allegedly purchased a Beretta A300, an Ultimatum black shotgun, a Sabre Forge 16 rifle, as well as a holographic sight built for close quarter engagements with fast moving targets. Whatever shitbag's name is, also allegedly purchased a rifle and 2 boxes of ammunition with more than 800 rounds in each box. In October, he allegedly purchased a red dot sight, which provides the shooter a single point of focus during the aiming process, according to complaint. These motherfuckers were gonna do some goddamn damage. These motherfuckers were gonna fuck people up. I don't think anybody was going to be injured in this. They were out to kill motherfuckers. Dead. You were going to die. If you were at this club, they were going to fuck you up and not give a fuck and probably kill themselves and say Allah Akbar bullshit. Like, what the fuck? Then in September and October, Ali whatever and person one began practicing at local shooting ranges under the watchful eye of the FBI agents, the complete states. Security footage obtained by the FBI shows all three men visiting the local gun ranges over the course of several weeks. On multiple occasions, undercover FBI agents entered the range and surveilled the men from nearby as they practiced firing weapons. Although the agents did not identify themselves, according to the complaint, they observed the men practicing with guns, ammunition, like those they had previously purchased. Although shitbag and person one are all under 21, the complaint noted in September they began traveling to popular area in Ferndale, Michigan, known for its bars and clubs. Many of the clubs and bars in this area are intentionally track members of the LGBTQ plus community. The complaint states, shit. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought my thing fucked up. The following month, FBI agents observed 3 individuals appearing to match the physical description of person one, shitbag, and shitbag number 2, meeting at the local park in Dearborn, Michigan around p.m. They met up again the following week at another park. Since the men all live with their families, see, there you go. They all plan this shit out in their fucking mother's fucking basement because they're fucking losers at life and they have nothing better to do with their shitty lives. And because their lives are shitty, they feel they have to go out and murder a bunch of people because they're bored with themselves and God forbid they get a job or go to school or be productive in society. If they put all that fucking initiative that they put into trying to kill people into positive things, they might be fucking millionaires. But instead, they want to do this shit. And don't fucking try to tell me that nobody saw, other than the FBI, that these motherfuckers were acting weird and doing shady fucking shit and having shady people come to their houses. Like, come on, the parents should know, yeah, who you're bringing into their fucking house and having fucking meetings with, and your son acting all fucking weird and shit. Like, come on. You can't tell me you're that fucking oblivious. The FBI concluded late night meetups at the park reflect their efforts to meet and plan an attack without being detected. In September and October, the FBI received court approved authorization to surveil communications between person one, shipbag one, and shipbag two, because that's what I'm going to call them. In these calls and messages, they found multiple mentions of pumpkin, which agents concluded was reference to Halloween as the potential day for the attack they were plotting, an attack that they understood could result in their deaths and martyrdom. So, yeah, I talked to my brothers. We're going to do pumpkin, person one allegedly told Shitbag on October 24th, according to the complaint. The FBI later notes in the complaint reference to brothers, likely meaning other ISIS supporters. As Halloween weekend loomed, a judge authorized the execution of search warrants on Shipbag and Shipbag 2. In the pre-dawn hours of October 31st, FBI agents descended on the Detroit suburb where the men lived and detonated smoke bombs before storming into their homes. Shipbag 1 and 2 were arrested. FBI Director Kash Patel later tweeted about the foiled terrorist plot but offered little additional details. As a result, some Dearborn residents speculated whether the arrests were justified or perhaps a way to profile the city's large Arab population, which has long been targeted for Islamophobic attacks. Bullshit. Are you serious? Are you serious? Stop it right now. Stop it. You think that they just randomly picked these fucking people and were like, oh, let's just fucking arrest them for this just because we want to arrest some Arabs? Like, get the fuck out of here. You don't think they had some kind of fucking good reason for why they would be like the FBI doesn't have anything better to do than to just run around and arrest people for no reason because they're Arab. Nobody gives a fuck. The problem is you let fucking Arabs overrun Michigan and turned Michigan into fucking Afghanistan, and it shouldn't be that way. You come here, you should try to assimilate to being here. If you don't want to, that's fine. You could still do your fucking 5-day prayers on your own time in your own house or wherever the fuck you're at. There should not be a fucking cowbell ringing through the whole goddamn fucking neighborhood for everybody to hear while they're sitting in their house trying to watch TV or cook outside. They got to hear this fucking cowbell go off because there's Arabs in the area that want to fucking pray. Get the fuck out of here. That should not be happening. They want to have a little section and make a section for them to go pray. That's fine. But we're not over in their country. They're here. That should not be fucking going on. That's insane. And that's what their fucking plan is. They want to fucking take over, just like in fucking London, England. They're arresting people for fucking, saying that they like bacon and shit like that. They're getting arrested for fucking offending the Muslim community. And they can't walk around with their flags or anything because they might offend the Muslims, or they can't fucking say I like bacon or I like pigs or whatever the fuck. They get arrested for saying anything that could potentially offend Arabs. Is that what's going to happen over here? Are we gonna have to live like that? Like, get the fuck out of here. They want to fucking take over. They want everybody to live the way they do. And that is not how it works. It's not. And maybe it wouldn't be such a big deal if they weren't always trying to wipe out people that aren't like them instead of trying to get us to understand them and work with them and whatever, and we try to bring the communities together. That's one thing, but they want to force their shit on you. If you don't like it, they want to blow you up, they want to kill you. And all LGBT, the Muslims are, they don't deserve this, and they hate you. These people right here I'm reading, these people were going to go to a club that you go to, and they were going to put 800 rounds of ammunition into your fucking bodies. Do you understand that? If they had the choice, they would hang you publicly and throw you over a bridge and let people watch you dangle. You go over into their country and do that gay shit, they are going to kill you. You want to do that trans shit, they will kill you. Do you understand? You libs need to get a fucking clue and stop acting so stupid all the time. The borders are there to protect you. ICE is there to protect you. Instead of worrying about, oh, well, they're wearing masks and they're doing this and that. They're doing that to protect themselves. So, and they work undercover and things like that. They're doing that to protect themselves and to protect them from you because you want to attack them for doing their fucking jobs. If it wasn't for ICE, maybe more Americans might be dead. But you don't even seem to care about the Americans that have died at the hand of illegal people. And that makes no sense. There shouldn't be anybody dying from illegal immigrants. There shouldn't even be one death because they shouldn't be here in the first fucking place. But there's more than one death. And it's disgusting that you spit on their memory. Lake and Riley didn't deserve to fucking be brutalized and tortured and killed while she was out running. That should have never fucking happened. But you go, oh, the immigrants, oh, they're fucking illegal and shouldn't be here, and most of them are fucking criminals. And not to mention they're criminals as soon as they step over the fucking border illegally. I don't give a fuck. Sue me. Whatever. They should not fucking be here. But what about the ones that are running from persecution and da 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 da? Well, then come here the right way. Ask for asylum. Don't just break the fucking law and come here. And then cry when you get caught and, oh, you're separating me from my kids. You should be separated from your fucking kids. Why? Why should you be separated from your kids? Because you shouldn't have put your fucking kids in that situation in the first fucking place. You knew what you were doing. You knew the risks you were taking by coming here. And you knew if you got caught, what would happen. So you come here with your kids and then you get separated from them. That's your own fucking fault. And you shouldn't have your kids anyway because you put them in that fucking position. You want to sneak over here, leave your kids there and sneak over here and figure out how you're going to stay. And then when you're an American citizen, bring your kids over. That's the right way to do it. Or how about not coming into the country at all and fucking applying to be in the country the right way? Get a fucking visa, a green card, whatever, and then work on getting your citizenship that way. Get the fuck out of here. Talking about arrests were justified or it was perhaps profiling the Arab population. Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? Seriously? They were trying to fucking kill American people and you're worried about them being profiled? That's where you guys have got shit so fucking twisted. That should be the last thing you should give a fuck about. You should be like, good, we thwarted a terrorist attack. Good. And then later, if it came out that it was all bullshit and, whatever, then you could say that. But it's obvious they had plenty of fucking proof. So why would you even say that? in the article in the first place. I mean, I just read you the whole article where they've proven that this was happening. They were they were talking to two New Jersey kids who were planning on doing something fucked up. They were having late night meetings and buying ammunition and going to shooting ranges, buying shit that they should have, guns that they had no business having. I mean, what the fuck were they? What the fuck were you doing with scopes and fucking all kinds of shit? You don't need that for hunting. Like, give me a fucking break. But on Monday, Attorney General Pam Bondi boasted on X the unsealed criminal complaint revealed a major ISIS-linked terror plot. Both Shithead and Shithead were shackled as they were escorted into court on Monday. CNN reporters who attended the hearing, both men acknowledged they had read the complaint against them and understood the charges. The attorneys for both men briefly spoke to reporters after the hearing but declined to comment. If convicted, they could face up to 15 years in federal prison and a $250,000 fine. Oh, whoop-de fucking do. They should spend the rest of their fucking lives in prison. And oh, yeah, after they're done getting their 15 years, make sure you kick them the fuck out of the country because they don't fucking deserve to be here. I actually got my hands on the criminal complaint, and this is what the offenses were that they were charged with: receiving and transferring and attempting to conspire to transfer firearms, ammunition, knowing and having reasonable cause to believe the firearms and ammunition would be used to commit a federal crime of terrorism, conspiring to provide material support or resources to designated foreign terrorist organization. And let's see. And I mean, that's basically it. I could read the rest of this, but it's basically everything I already read. Everything that was in the article I just read is on the complaint. It's a 3-page complaint, so I'm not gonna reread that entire thing. But I did look over it, and all of it is pretty legit. So yeah, so that's it for that. So now I want to get into what these people had to say in their communities about this. This is a veteran who went to Dearborn, Michigan City Council, and here's what he had to say.
These people have overstayed their visas. They're H-1B chain migration invaders, and they have come to this country to destroy our way of life. We know exactly your laws in your book about lying to our faces, pretending to be American, wearing your suits. We don't want you here. Respectfully, get the fuck out of my country. I don't want you here. We don't want you here. I don't want you here. You guys are not us, and get the fuck out. America first. America only. Bless America. Jesus is king. 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 Jesus is
Listen to all the Arabs mad. You say Jesus is king. That's right. That is right. That is right. You got owned, bitch. And that they did. They got owned. Thought that was crazy. And then you see the Arabs screaming at him and getting all mad and offended when he says Jesus is king. Jesus is king. They get all mad and bent out of shape. It's ridiculous. Here is someone else talking about Dearborn, Michigan on a podcast.
Detroit Airport, you have to go through Dearborn, and I actually went out of my way. You're more comfortable. Dearborn Heights. This is the official police badge in Dearborn Heights. Just to make sure everybody knows, Dearborn Heights is the first in U.S. with Arabic on their police patch. Okay, so let's go through this here. The Dearborn Heights Police Department introduced the nation's first police badge featuring both English and Arabic script, designed by Officer Sir Emily Murdoch to reflect the city's diverse community, and the patch displaying the Michigan seal in the center and the words of Dearborn Police written in both languages. The department, led by Police Chief Ahmed Haidar confirmed on Wednesday that the optional patch can be worn as part of officers' uniforms, aiming to honor the 39% of Dearborn Heights residents of Middle Eastern and North African descent as of 2023, with neighboring Dearborn having a 55% population of similar background. The department praised the initiative, stating on Facebook, "We are proud of Officer Murdoch's creativity and dedication to helping our department better represent the people we serve. Our officers proudly serve all members of our community, and this new design is another way we can continue to celebrate the rich cultures that make our city unique." Vinny, your thoughts on this?
Listen, you could call me a racist, you could call me xenophobic, whatever the hell you want to call me. I don't care. This is a no-go. I don't give a damn if it's Arabic, Hebrew, Farsi, I'm Assyrian. It doesn't matter. The second you put on foreign language on a local law enforcement uniform, you cross the line. And there's nothing that you could say that's going to change my mind. Okay, we made where do we live? We're the United States of America. No, I don't like any other. This is our freaking country, and call me whatever the hell you want. And again, Adam, we're talking about the New York thing. We let one, then this is going to happen here, and it's not going to stop. I'm anti this through and through. Period.
Well, yeah, I just got back from Detroit. I was actually in Dearborn because when you fly into Detroit Airport, you have to go through Dearborn, and I actually went out of my way.
You're more comfortable flying into Dearborn Heights than Russia.
I will sit down with anybody. Okay, you want to know what has come to
what are you
this?
Talking about right now? He's right.
Are you ready? You ready?
Russia.
I walk into the airport. I sit my mom down. This was my first experience. As soon as I got to the airport. Play with volume, please. Post whatever religion you want. Do whatever you want in America. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion. We're done with the face covering thing. There's people in Detroit covered up as if they're going to Mecca today. This is a little aggressive to me. So this is just a little example here of now the police. What is this? The shield is in Arabic. I'm okay with it. There's no face coverings in America.
Wait, you're okay with the shield thing, but you're not.
I'm just saying there needs to be a line drawn here. I don't know about the shield. I see different languages.
See, now I disagree with him. I feel that none of that shit should happen. There should not be any fucking representation of that culture in America. Cops shouldn't be wearing fucking Arabic patches on their fucking uniforms, and women shouldn't have to be all covered up. The only thing you could see is their fucking eyes. If that's your religion and that's what you want to do, fine, you do it. But don't make us fucking do it. Don't tell us that we have to do what you want to do. That's not how shit works, okay? It's not. So you need to figure it out. Figure it out. Do you want to be in America or do you want to be home? Because I don't understand why you want to be here, but you don't want to change how you live. If you're going to live like you're in the country you left, why the fuck did you leave? Because you don't do anything different. You don't use the freedoms that we have because it's all against your religion. So why the fuck did you come here? I don't understand. Why? I mean, there's Arabs that come here. There was 2 different cases of where a father murdered his daughters because the daughters wanted to live like Americans and they didn't want that. The one wanted his daughter to marry somebody else, and he ran her over with his car at a DMV until she died. And then another one, daughter was dating a kid from her class, and his mother was going to take her in and whatever because they loved her and whatever. And the father fucking shot both of his daughters in a car, and the girl called 911 before she died, and that guy fled and they hadn't caught him. And I forget what the fuck that's called. I forget what it's called. You can look it up at some point. I'm not going to look it up, but that's their culture. If you do anything against the family, they disown you. And in their country, if you dishonor them, they will kill you. And then that brings honor. Oh, it's called honor killings. There you go. If you bring dishonor to their family, they will kill you, daughter or no daughter. And they believe that they have more honor killing you than if you were alive and disobeyed them. Does that make any fucking sense to you? And I'm sure there's more than just those two I brought up. If I looked it up, I could find all the information on both of them and do a podcast on it at some point. Maybe I will, if something else comes up, or if I decide to do a show devoted to that, since they're infiltrating our fucking country. But I will take the time, I will research them both. You could even see it on ID Discovery. That's how I know about it. I saw both cases on ID Discovery, and they're called honor killings. And I'm sure I could find quite a few honor killings that have happened in America, and they don't give a fuck. And they just do not care. And even the mothers want their daughters dead. Not the two girls that were shot in the car. That their mother was an American, but she was like under the thrall of the husband, knew that she shouldn't be sending her daughters to him, and did it anyway. And I thought she should have been arrested too for being a fucking idiot. Like, you put your daughters in harm's, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then the one that got ran over at the DMV, when she was at the DMV, the cops tell her the cops are asking her if she knows what's going on and blah, blah, blah. And she basically says, well, she dishonored the family. She deserves to die. Because the cops were like, well, we don't know if she's going to make it. And she was like, well, she deserves to die. She brought dishonor to the family. That's why he did it, and she deserves it. Like, what kind of mother are you? That is disgusting. And this is the shit that they bring over here. They think they can live like they live where they are. And if you are going to live like that, then stay where the fuck you're at. And don't bring that shit over here, because you will go to jail. And they don't care, because they think they're honoring their family by killing them. And some do it and flee, like the one guy did, and he got away. If I remember correctly, I think they finally did catch him, but I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up. Now you're gonna make me do a show about that, about those two cases, because that's something that needs to be fucking brought to people's attention, because I don't think they understand what the fuck that their religion is. I don't think their religion is death, basically. They are fucking killers, and they kill, and they think they're going to heaven by doing so. They think if they kill themselves, they go to heaven. In Christian beliefs, you kill yourself, you're going to hell because you committed murder. You just did it to yourself. If you kill someone, you're going to hell. Like, that's it. Their religion is, oh, you kill a bunch of people, oh, you're going to heaven. So they don't care. They kill themselves, they'll blow your ass up because they think they're getting the prize. They don't think they're going to hell. What they need to do is fucking line them all up and fucking pour pig's blood like Carrie all over them and say, you want to come to America and commit fucking crimes and atrocities against American people? How about this? And throw pig's blood all over them, taint them so that they can't go to heaven. And then let's see how they act. I bet you they would shut the fuck up. I bet you they wouldn't want to fuck with Americans then. That's all you need to do. You don't have to kill them. It'd be worse if you did that. Or fucking line them all up, throw pig's blood on them, kill all of them except for one, and then let him go back and tell everybody what the fuck happened, and let's see how they react. I bet you they would shut the fuck up. I bet you they would go, hell, we ain't fucking with them anymore. And what's funny, now that I think about it, there was a general in the army in America that fucking did exactly what I just said. I can't, it was a long time ago. And it was, we were having a war, and it was with them, and they came over here trying to start some shit. And he was like, "Really? That's what we're gonna do?" And they got buckets of pig's blood and they threw it all over them and killed all of them except for one. And he told them, "You go back and tell everyone what happened here and shut the fuck up." And that's what happened. And then we were safe for a very long time. They did not come and fuck with us after that. And then all of a sudden, fucking Saddam Hussein and all that shit, and then 9/11 happened, and then it just exploded. We need to get grimy like we used to be. That's what needs to happen. Fuck all the politic bullshit. For, oh, let's give them hugs and kisses and everything will be okay. Fuck that shit. Fuck that. They don't give a fuck about you. Why do you give a fuck about them? I'm sorry. It's a load of bullshit and it needs to stop. We need to stop pussyfooting around and letting these motherfuckers do this shit. That's why we get fucked and innocent people lose their lives because of the politicking bullshit. Who cares? They're trying to kill people. That's why people don't like you. It's not, nobody's being racist against you. You're fucking trying to kill people and we don't want you here. Fuck you. I don't care what race you are. You could be any race trying to do that shit. I'm going to tell you to go fuck yourself too. Here is another one that calls out the city council.
In the streets of Dearborn, I was pepper sprayed, maced by protesters because I asked them simply why they were harassing and touching another individual who had stated repeatedly that he was only on their side of the street to talk to them and have a dialogue. My phone was smashed. You can see the broken camera right there. They stole $50 out of my pocket and they stole my microphone receiver. I went and I told one of your officers, badge number 3668, that this had happened. He told me there was nothing that could be done about it unless I went to the station. I told him, I can't go to the station. I'm working. I'm doing my job. He said, I'm working too. I said, God, your job is to protect me and all of the people that are out here today. Okay. So we said that I could go into the station later. I told him, you're never going to catch the guy if I go into the station later. He's going to leave. He's dressed head to toe in black bloc. I filmed the whole thing, but he had a mask on his face. You'll never, ever get an opportunity to arrest that person ever again if you don't go and get him right now. He said, sir, I can't leave my post. 5 minutes later, I caught him in the parking lot on a personal phone call. Repeatedly today, I watched people that are in this room get attacked by other people that are in this room. I watched your officers not respond to those attacks repeatedly. Then I saw somebody who was in this group, which I'm a journalist. I'm just documenting what's going on, and I'm here to tell you pretty much every city usually want to take care of these problems. I saw somebody in this group get arrested. I asked the officers, habeas corpus, please articulate probable cause for arresting this person. They refused to. I asked name and badge number. They refused to give me their name and badge number as a member of the press with my badge clearly displayed. They would not tell me why they were arresting this person. They just did it. Yesterday, I was exploring Dearborn. I came here just to document this from Seattle as a journalist, okay? I was exploring Dearborn. I walked up and down Michigan Avenue. There wasn't very many people out. Then we wanted to hear the call to prayer that we've heard so much about. So we went to a mosque. And at that mosque, I was followed by a drone. If I moved forward, the drone moved forward. If I went backwards, the drone went backwards. I went to a gas station, and that drone waited outside of the gas station, just above the door, for me to leave so it could begin following me again. I was followed by vehicles, and I was followed by individuals on foot. There was a lot of talking here today about sexism. So I'd like to quote the Prophet Muhammad, okay? One of my favorite quotes from the Prophet Muhammad. A woman's testimony is worth half that of a man's due to the deficiency of her mind. God created two sexes, one superior and one inferior. That's why your women wear hijabs, because they're inferior to men. That's why in Muslim countries, they can't leave their homes without permission of a male guardian. My time up?
Yeah, 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Okay, great. Yeah, I think I shouldn't feel like a dhimmi in my country. That's what I feel like in Dearborn, Michigan. It doesn't feel like home. I feel like a dhimmi, a second-class citizen, which is what Christians are in the majority of Muslim countries. Dhimmis, second-class citizens. In the policing in this city, that's exactly what happens. And I know rank and file officers in pretty much every city usually want to take care of these problems. You're the one giving the orders, Mr. Mayor. These guys definitely want to do something about them. They're business. Look at them. These guys are all business. Your orders. I'm done. Thank you.
Well, there you have it. It is absolutely ridiculous. And then I'm going to play you two more videos because I just have to put it out, and then you tell me what you think.
You will not pass a building that is not
Hold
written.
on.
Listen to this white woman's testimony who grew up near Dearborn, Michigan, who testifies that her and her white friends cannot walk down the street now in Dearborn without being spit on by Muslims.
So, coming from somebody who was raised outside of Dearborn, spent a lot of time in that city, I will tell you that what you are hearing is absolutely true. Now, there's two parts of Dearborn, the east side and the west side. The west side is about 50% Christian, 50% Muslim. The east side is about 90% Muslim, if not more. The east side is where you hear that mayor saying that he's putting that street up named after a tea organization or somebody that was a tea. Yes, that is the east side by Warren Avenue. So as a woman that grew up 10 minutes from Dearborn and spent the majority of my time in that area growing up, I will tell you that a woman cannot walk down the street in East Dearborn and not get harassed in some way or even spit on. I've seen friends of mine get spit on for not covering their hair and their face. You will not.
That is fucking gross. And let me tell you something right now. If that was me, they would be fucked up. And I do not give a fuck if I go to jail or not. Been there, done that. I don't give a fuck. I would not mind spending a night in jail for beating the shit out of somebody who spit on me. Because that is one motherfucking thing you will never do to me. You can punch me in my face and I won't even react the same way as you spitting on me. I'll just take the hit and be like, did you just really punch me in my fucking face? Then I'm going to fight you, but it's not going to be the same kind of fight if you spit on me. That is disgusting. You don't know what that person has. Spitting is an assault charge. That's serious. That is serious. That person could have AIDS. You get spit on and that gets into your eye or a cut on your arm or whatever, it gets into your mouth. You can get AIDS from that. That's disgusting. Try me. Spit on me. I fucking dare you. I fucking dare you. You try it. You fucking try it. Try it. Because that's what'll happen. I will gladly fuck you up. And if I had a gun, I would shoot your fucking ass point blank. I wouldn't kill you, but I would shoot the fuck out of you and make you fucking hurt. And I'd say, who the fuck are you spitting on, bitch? You're out of your mind. Because they're walking around like Americans and they're not covering their face. Who the fuck? What is going on in Michigan? What the fuck? Who the fuck is running things over there that this is okay? They need to fucking get that person out of office immediately. The mayor, the governor, whoever is in charge of that fucking state needs to be removed from office as soon as possible because that is fucking twisted. That is so fucking twisted. And then here is the last one I'm going to play for you. This is TPUSA. Woo! Charlie Kirk. Yeah, baby. This is them, and they take Dearborn, Michigan. And here you go.
Born in this city, and I no longer recognize my
Hold
beloved
on. Why does it keep starting?
Finally, there's some more people standing up against the Muslims that are trying to take over Dearborn, Michigan. Watch this.
Noah Mullins, Grand Rapids Council. I have the privilege of serving as the Turning Point USA chapter president at Grand Valley State University in Allendale, Michigan, and I have traveled home tonight to speak with you because of how disturbed I am by recent events in this city. On September 8, 2025, leaders of this city made their allegiance clear. Osama Sablani is a terrorist sympathizer, full stop. I speak on behalf of Americans everywhere when I say that renaming the corner of Warren Avenue and Chase to honor this individual stands against everything this great country represents. Americans do not stand by silently when Hamas and Hezbollah terrorists slaughter innocent men, women, and children. Neither does Mr. Sablani. But instead of denouncing these terrorist organizations like Americans should, Hamas as fighters and describes the leader of
Oh my
Hezbollah is a
God.
hero. I was born in this city, and I no longer recognize my beloved Dearborn. On September 9th, Mayor Hamoud decided to add insult to injury and rebuke a Dearborn resident who brought to light this very issue. Mayor, know that your rebuke of me will fail to make me yield, and that you have revealed your true nature to all of us. As if these two events weren't enough, the city has also decided to not enforce their own noise ordinances by allowing the Islamic call to prayer from local mosques at times as early. The peoples of Europe are the siren call to us here in America. Do not let Islamic culture dominate our own. This is the unfortunate scenario we find ourselves in, but I am proud to be one of the many voices that will warn my fellow countrymen of this impending threat, starting in the city I was born, Dearborn. This city put the world on wheels and helped make the state of Michigan the powerhouse that it is. How then does it fall from such grace? It is because we have let this city be overrun by so-called leaders who don't adhere to the Christian and American values that made the West the greatest society the world has ever known. I will certainly use my voice to defend our way of life, and it shall not be silenced in life or in death. In ending, I say to those of you who will slander my character and drag my name through the press for what I have said here tonight, know this. To be Islamophobic is to fear Islam, and I will never fear it. As the great Nathan Hale once said, I only regret that I have but one life to lose for my country. May the Lord Jesus Christ bless all of you, our great nation.
And he was 100% right. And see, I told you in fucking England, whatever, they're fucking doing that shit where they you get arrested for fucking doing whatever with those people, saying you like bacon and all of that stuff. And it's ridiculous. So hold on, I have a Bible verse I want to read. Okay, here it is, and this is good for tonight. Woe to those who plan inequity, to those who plot evil on their beds. At morning's light, they carry out because it's in their power to do it. They cover fields and seize them, and houses and take them. They defraud people of their homes. They rob them of their inheritance. Therefore, the Lord says, I'm planning disaster against this people from which you cannot save yourselves. You will no longer walk proudly, for it will become a time of calamity. In the day, people will ridicule you. They will taunt you with this mournful song. We are utterly ruined. My people's possession is divided up. He takes it from me. He assigns our fields to traitors. Therefore, you will have no one in the assembly of the Lord to divide the land by lot. Now tell me that wasn't a perfect way to end this show, because while I'm highlighting this so I can have it on hand. That's why I always like to read Bible verses either at the beginning or the end of the show, because I want people to remember what America is and what it was built on, and that Jesus Christ is our Lord and Savior, and He is the Son of God, and that's who we should be answering to. That's who we should be thinking about when we make our laws and do crime, trying to stop crime and everything else. I want the Lord to be brought back into people's lives. And the fact that it is so far gone from people, especially the Democratic Party, they are blasphemous. I can't say anything they do is righteous whatsoever. They never quote God. They never even speak godly things, ever. You never hear them say, and God bless this country, and God bless this, and as God, or read Bible. You never hear nothing like that come out of their mouths, ever. Now, Trump, he isn't like a real religious guy, but he knows God and Jesus, and he knows God saved his life and spared him that bullet that could have killed him, and saved him again from the other assassination attempt on his life. And he was friends with Charlie Kirk, who celebrated and showered in God's word. But the Democrats, forget about it. You preach God, they want devil and sin. It's sickening. It's fucking sick. So that is the end of our show today. And I hope you have a good day or good night, depending on when you listen to this. And I will be back with some more shows for you. And they will be interesting. I already started working on a couple of shows. I'm going to go a little bit in a different direction with these shows, but they're going to be very interesting. And I now am on a mission to find those honor killings and doing an episode on that so people can hear what the fuck they're praying to or what they're trying to protect with these group of people. They're fucking evil. And I'm not only going to look up honor killings, I'm going to look up what they do to people they don't like the gay community and the trans people and all of that. I'm going to search all that, and I guarantee you I find a lot where they say they've killed them. So who knows? I don't know when that episode will come out, but I will make it a point after I'm done doing the research for my other episodes to definitely break that down and show you what that's about. And it is not going to be fun, but it'll be an interesting show to listen to. And it'll be nice to get your perspective and see if you agree with me on what I had to say and maybe make you think, maybe she's got a point. So here is the email address. If you have any questions, you can email me. I will answer them on my show. If you want to debate, write debate in the subject line, and I will check out what you want to debate and we'll go from there. And if you decide you want to be a co-host, I'll put co-host in the subject, and then we can, we'll go back and forth and see if you're a good fit. And then I will give you the material that I'm working on, and you can do your own research, and then we can just kind of work back and forth with each other and see how it goes. So don't forget to check out that email. Please like, share, comment, definitely share the episode. I had a wonderful time, and I will see y'all tomorrow.